Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. Today it's a video I've wanted to make for a while. It's actually about the anor londo cutscene. When you hit this orb of light and you fly into anor londo for the first time, that's like one of the most epic sort of moments in gaming for me. And I noticed a while ago, there's a bug. Because right now we're in Dark Souls Remastered, unmodded. Because I wanted to show, there's a bug with this cutscene that's existed since 2011 with the original game. And obviously continued on with Prepare to Die, and then continued on even with the remaster in 2018, which we're playing here. There's a couple things missing in the cutscene. And it's very funny, because actually in the Firelink cutscene when you first arrive, they're missing the tree that's right there. So it's not like that's an unusual thing, but these are like big map pieces that are missing. And I somehow hadn't noticed until months ago, but I forgot to like post about it or fix it. So I fixed it in my Dark Souls Remastered mod. So let's do the cutscene and see if you can spot it. Because I'll print screen during it and then I'll show you where the things are missing. But let's see if you can notice. So let's play our nifty little cutscene. Do a little zoom in on our character. I will say I think Sen's Fortress actually looks pretty good in Dark Souls Remastered. And I think anor londo actually looks pretty good in Dark Souls Remastered. So these are a couple of the areas that I don't think my mod needed to like do a whole lot with. Because I think they actually already look pretty good. And I think these were not the areas that like didn't hold up terribly well in the remaster. I thought they were actually done pretty well compared to Prepare to Die. But so here we go. Two things are already missing in this portion of the cutscene. Also missing in this part of the cutscene. Missing. Okay, there we go. So I print screened. Did you notice what was missing? I'll give you 5 seconds because now we're loading into the actual character and see if you notice which part was missing. So let's actually pull up Microsoft Paint, which yes, I still use Paint. I use it for print screens. It's easy. Yeah, the NVIDIA overlay also does screenshots, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just says we're not going to do that. Okay, so if you'll notice in the cutscene in an unmodded version of Dark Souls Remastered, look what's missing right here. There's no elevator. It's not up, it's not down, it's literally just not there. And then you'll notice the actual elevator portion. So the circuit, like the little rotating elevator portion, has not been rendered, but that's fine because they're not even rendering the exterior part of it that normally would like end up here in like a little cone shape, right? But it's missing this whole portion and it's missing the elevator. It's hilarious to me. When I noticed it, I was like, no fucking way. No shot. And yeah, so they're just completely missing. So let's go into Dark Souls Remastered and then I will show you. Let's actually go back over to Sen's Fortress. Let's log out, and then I'll show you how I fixed it, actually. Because I think that's equally as cool, but it's probably not. So the quick thing I do is go back, and once we close it, we basically rename the Dark Souls Remastered to Dark Souls Remastered Old. So if you want to know how I do comparisons, and then the Dark Souls Remastered New is the original one I've modded with Dark Souls Remastered. And you basically just rename it back to that. And now Steam goes, hey, cool beans, great, we love it. And let's launch it through our bat file. And now we have our Dark Souls Remastered. And I'll show you that same cutscene. Oh, also I added the Bandai Namco logo from the Elden Ring DLC. So no more flashbang, by the way. That will be in the next update. I will link in the description a mod that is a standalone one. I was in like a mind meld with this modder, and so we ended up doing it around the same time. But they put their mod out that just changes that, so you can do that for your base game, base Dark Souls Remastered or whatever. And so you can use it with other mods. But I will have, Dark Souls Remastered updated with it. So let's log in real quick. Fingers crossed. All right, maybe. Takes a little longer to load. That's no big deal. Wow, it takes a lot longer to load. Oh my god. Jeez, that load screen was way longer. I will say my Sense Fortress looks better, but that's also because better textures and better everything. All right, so now let's do the cutscene and let's see how it looks. Yeah, the up close on the character, still not great. They're very close to those normal maps. A little tough, a little rough. All right, pick me up. Take me to the promised land where the girls are pretty and the... Yeah, I don't know the rest of that song offhand. Okay, all right, all right. Drop me off, please and thank you. Demon Souls people. All right. Ooh, yeah, that part of the cutscene's a little... Oh, yeah, there's definitely... Yeah, okay, so mine, I still have to fix other parts of it. Because it looks fine here. Yeah, so you'll see that the elevator was present, as well as the first elevator you enter. Now, the character is colored wrong in my cutscene, and I do not know why. I have consistently looked into it, and I do not know why. I have been unable to fix that. I also need to look at the light maps to color them correctly to match the rest of Anor Londo, but like when you're here it looks fine, but in the cutscene it's a little strange, so I think it's using... I gotta look at the light ID groups again, because I think it was a little broken. But yeah, so now the elevator is there, and correctly that first little elevator building is there. Yeah, I still got to work on my Anor Londo, because I realized a lot of the reason why it looked the way that it did is they were using coloring through the light map. Also, a funny thing is when you're out here, that giant doesn't pop in until now. Yoink, 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 yoink. I'll try to change which collision he gets activated on, but I've tried changing some and it didn't work that well. But yeah, they're doing a lot of the coloring for Anor Londo through the light maps, so I have to basically manually tweak the light groups and try to make it look like that because I'm using dynamic shadowing, so I had to sort of clear out the light map, and so it's been kind of tough. So I gotta still work on that to try to make it look like Prepare to Die Edition, because even if I take the light settings and everything from Prepare to Die Edition, it's not going to look the same because a lot of the coloring is being done through the light map. And that's actually what they did in Demon's Souls a lot, is that they would color things completely through the light map texture. But anyway, let me show you how I fixed that. Okay, we have my project loaded up. Let's load up Anor Londo here. Fingers crossed. And basically, we fly over here, and the two offending things that were not showing up is the elevator. So basically, I altered the draw groups here to be 0. So basically, it just draws it more often, at it more times, instead of specifically in certain draw groups, because by default, those draw groups were set to not draw it during the cutscene. And then we did the same for this elevator up here, or little room that houses the elevator itself. And I basically made that 0, 0, 0. I also fixed, like, when you're farther away over here, it wasn't drawing the little circular elevator in the middle. So it would be, like, kind of empty. So I ended up actually picking this and making sure this object was specifically drawn more often as well. So just a little bit of fixes like that, and that was it. That fixed the cutscene as far as those things not appearing. But that's an example of some of the things I'm fixing in Dark Souls 3 Remastered that have actually existed in the game since 2011. And they were just simply never fixed in the remaster, which I think is a shame. Maybe they just didn't notice them, or they just didn't have time. But like, that's the thing, is that it was a really easy fix. You know, you just fix the draw groups, boom, done, easy peasy. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.